Hello and welcome to another demonstration. So this is the reference photo that we are going to work on with today. It's a somewhat overcast scene, but we've got like plenty of autumn leaves on the right to give us that warmness in the painting. I have done a pencil sketch, so the only thing that I have done differently here is added a few figures and like just move things around a bit. We will start with a bit of cobalt blue for the sky. I'm just leaving enough white to denote those clouds and show that it is an overcast day. A bit of burnt sienna into the same blue to come up with a bit of gray, and try to fill in a bit of those whites to show the clouds. Lemon yellow, bit of orange and cobalt blue to come up with that warm saturated green that goes on the left of the painting. It looks a bit too bright at the moment, but it'll dry and become less saturated. I'll try to cut around those figures, but it doesn't really matter because it's a very pale wash. A bit of blue into the same green to paint the trees in the background, so just to give that bit of perspective by cooling down the color a bit. Next we'll move on to the trees on the right. The trees on the right are much cooler in nature and a bit more dark as well. So I'm using turquoise with a bit of burnt sienna to come up with the green on the right. So you can see the differences in the reference photo between those two different greens. I'm trying my best to like capture it in my painting as well. The colors for the street is like very dark. I don't think it's possible to get to that level of darkness in one wash, so this will be my first wash, and I might have to glaze over it later once it's dry to get to that level of darkness. Same with the sidewalk as well. It's quite dark in tone. I'm using ultramarine blue with burnt sienna, mixing the colors on the palette and also on the paper, just letting them mix and create those nice textures, I would say, that only can be achieved in watercolors. Of all the things that is there in this reference photo, the street is probably the most boring part, so I'm just trying to make it interesting by letting the colors mix on paper. Same goes to the sidewalk as well. Bit of blue and brown mixed on the palette, and also just add a bit more paint on the paper to let it mix on the paper as well. I added these two figures who were not there in the reference photo just to add a bit of liveliness. I took this photo on a Sunday. The street was quiet, but there were a lot of people who had come to the church. So I wanted to capture that mood that was there when I took this reference photo. So that's why I added these two figures. Probably a few more figures would have worked as well, but the scene is already a bit too busy, so I just stopped with two figures and a few abstract shapes near the church would like give it that illusion of more people in there. So it's all about capturing the mood, especially when you are painting from a reference photo that you took. I predominantly paint on location. It's just the demonstrations for my channel that I paint from reference photos. So even when I'm doing that, I try to communicate the mood that was there when I took the reference photo. It's always a challenge to paint the church spheres. It's no matter how many times I do, it always like ends up weird. Not that bad this time actually, so quite happy with what is there. And I'll take the warmness all the way to the next building there, just cooling it down for the next building so that the church gets a bit more prominence. So I could say that the first wash is pretty much done. Actually, a bit more things on the second wash has been done on the trees on the left as well. And the shapes are somewhat connected, which I'm quite happy with. So when I took this subject to paint, I was not sure whether I'd be able to connect these shapes together in an efficient manner, but yeah, it looks okay at the moment. The darker green on the right, and again it's the differences in the green that I'm really focusing on getting it right, because when I decided to paint on this subject, that's one thing that really caught my attention. The drastic differences in the greens on the left and on the right. So that's something that I'm quite happy that I have managed to capture. The warm green on the left and the cooler green on the right. The figures look much more prominent now once I have cut around them with a bit of dark colors. And next I'll move on to the cars. I hate painting cars. I don't know, for some reason I really struggle with cars. Unlike figures, you really need to get the shape of the car right. When you paint figures, and if you put a mark incorrectly or in the wrong place, it still reads like a figure. But with cars, I find that when you put a wrong mark or in the wrong place, or the color spreads a bit too much, it doesn't look like a car anymore. So I'll try my best with this one as well. It's just it's one thing getting the shape of the car right. Another thing is trying to get them to connect with the road and read as a painting. So you need that soft edge there as well. Looks reasonably okay this time. It doesn't always turn out okay when I paint cars, so yeah. And a bit of red. Red is a very, very bright color and you need to balance it well. So the reason I wanted the red was to paint the dress on that figure. So I'm just balancing it out by putting it in various places in a bit more muted manner. Time to put in the details on the church, and yeah, oops, I got the perspective wrong there with the dark colors. I might have to correct it later. More details. I tend to overdo these details on, especially on this when I'm painting these architectural shapes. Not bad this time, but yeah. But again, I have lost that perspective there. I need to fix that. I'm using my fingernails to just denote a few branches, and I'll completely dry this now, and you can see that the street has dried really light. It needs to be darkened. Before that, I'll fix that detail there and just get that perspective going again. I'm using a ruler, not feeling really adventurous trying to put in straight lines without the ruler. I sometimes do, I sometimes rely on the ruler. It depends on the mood there on that day. Few vertical shapes on the right. Very tricky because they grab a lot of attention. Now you can see that the street needs to be darker after you put in those vertical shapes. A bit of cobalt blue with burnt sienna for that glaze. And the car looks really nice. If there's one thing that I'm proud of from this painting, it's definitely the cars, because I struggle with them a lot. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so, and press the bell icon just to be notified whenever I post videos. I try my best to post every week, but being a hobby artist, it's not always possible to do that with work and other things getting in the way, but I'll try my best. And yeah, hopefully you get something out of these demonstrations, and it's the most important thing is always to enjoy the medium, because it's a difficult medium. Everyone agrees on that. With watercolors, it's just you have to really enjoy the process, because the outcome is it's just never guaranteed, and you can't fix things in watercolor. That's the sad part. The cost of getting it wrong is higher, especially in terms of time. Yeah. So hope you enjoyed this demonstration. I'll just remove the tape around this painting to reveal that clean white edge that will help see the tones much better. And looking forward to see you all in another demonstration. Thank you.